Good evening. Welcome back to Stationeers. Hopefully, the network behaves a little bit better than it has in the past, but it's already up to a 6% loss, and I just started, so that's a great sign. Anyway, we're going to go back to Venus. I finished up that outpost. My exciting ways are boring. Yeah, that is correct. So, so we started the outpost, got the combustion deep miners going, and that's good. I need to get a loader over there with some boxes, or not boxes, mining backpacks, so I can come back with the booty. So that's, I think, priority number one. So we ate, we drank, we be merry. I forgot. Oh my goodness. I put the glass back in that window. The bear commercial to use. Switch that around. Let's do that. Mining. Let's see. Tool printer does not have a tool. Is it? No, that is a tool. Tier true. Tier true. Words are hard. Tier 2. Which glasses are you wearing? Yes, I am wearing the night vision goggles. Phenomenal for doing my rovers at night, because I get constantly lost if I'm not wearing them. I wish I would have known that a lot sooner, because that's a game changer. Backpack. Hard mining backpack. Steel and Invar. I think I can do that. Let's go crazy. 30 of them. Let's pull out the large boxes, because we're going to need some of those too. Large cardboard box. Hang on. Hang on. Large cardboard box. It is made in an... Did they fix the problem? I did not have to go to the autolathe to actually see that. Ooh. Or was it just a frickin' fluke? Surface dweller. Yep, that's me. Let's go ahead and print off 10. Backpacks. Backpacks. Oh my goodness. I said 10? I'm in trouble. Oh goodness. This is chaos. I love it. Next one's gonna be crazy. Yoo-hoo! Alright, oop. One more. Ah, yes! There we go. It's like winning the lottery over here. Russian nesting boxes. Yes, unfortunately, backpacks, or the boxes cannot go into another box. However, they can go into a backpack. Okay. Here's one. Chuck up there. I really named all these backpacks. That was kind of foolish. wrong button. Idiot. There we go. Okay, let's see. Silo, electronic parts. Oh, that's right. I think I needed electronic parts for... It's probably for another silo is what it was. Electronic parts. Not electronics printer. No. electronic parts. Okay. There we are. There we go. Okay, yet another... Poof! I'm gonna run out of space. Can backpacks still go into backpacks? I think so. Do I have a regular... Well, I guess technically I could fire this up, so this is backpack. Let's see, can I... Yeah, I can put a backpack in a backpack. So I think it might work still. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take silos and frames. I'm going to put a silo over here. I would like to put the electronics parts in there. But I feel like I had electronic parts in something else too. But I could be wrong. Can you fill the boxes with backpacks, then put all those boxes into a backpack to get the nesting? I'm sure I could, actually. Just makes for an interesting... I didn't say 20 electronic parts. Fairly certain I said 10. Whatever. Walls and pipes, let's put that there. Frames and silos, right? That's definitely not good. Frames and silos, steel sheets, there we go. Should get me everywhere I need to go with those. Creative is usually the one who does the pack nesting thing. He is shocked I've done so much with just one backpack. Yeah, I don't want to do the infinite storages and all that kind of stuff because it just kind of seems cheesy to me. That's just me, though. But I don't mind using like one layer, so I got my jetpack that I carry everything around in. Way too many boxes for backpacks. Hang on. Let me think. Maybe, okay, so just for now, I'm going to start with... Oh, hey, look, I found the electronic parts I was looking for. Utility kit, I can just drop those. I'm going to have the centrifuges dump into backpacks at full stacks, and then I'm going to dump those into the silo, like I did with everything else. Only recently started having a hard suit backpack in my tool belt, Mark II, to hold tablet chips and paints. Yeah, that's not too bad of an idea. I was thinking about having a pack like that, or start carrying around stuff with cables and pipes and... Harm suit. Okay, yep, I can't do that quite yet. I can't do that quite yet. I need to get some alloys being made. So backpacks, backpacks, backpacks. Okay, let's eat, drink, be merry. Once I do learn printer programming, I want to use a small vending machine to hold consumables instead of lockers. That works. That absolutely works. Being the small vending machine, you can get away because they wouldn't take as long to iterate as the large ones. Plus, I feel that the large ones, from a user perspective, use perspective, are kind of hard to use too, unless they're all the same thing. But the small vending machine, I think, would be perfect. So what I want to do is have Larry, not necessarily fill up a cabinet, closet, locker, but I'm thinking of, I mean, there's 30 rows in a locker, so that's 5 per row, so I could do like a modulus 5. Top row is cables, next row is heavy cables, then ultra heavy cable, that sort of thing. Holy, I think that's kind of an overrun there. That's funny. Interesting that you can... These don't have a connection for logic, so can Larry actually do that sort of thing? I didn't think he could, but... Oh, whatever. Okay, so do this. Let's go out. I think we're good. Get this set up on the other outpost. These are empty backpacks. That's just one more empty backpack. I'm going to shove these in the rover. Tried the larger ones, and while it worked, it was not easy. I tried for ore management, and again, it wasn't the best. Yeah, I would agree. A large cardboard box to swap out with backpacks, and then... You know, I like that. Actually, no, I don't like that. I'm going to put the backpacks down there. 5 boxes of backpacks. There we go. Needed to work on Stationpedia formatting. At least when you can resize at the top with the top right to smaller, which reduces the overlap text. Plan information is horrible with standard size. I can believe it. Oops. Night vision goggles. So there we go. Alright, let's go to our... Yeah. We can start by going to the first outpost, and I think I could actually drive off the edge. Maybe I'll do that. I go behind. Yeah, we'll go collect the ores from the copper, iron, coal, gold, silicon outpost. You still using all those AC units out there? Nope, I am not. They are all shut down, and I just haven't yanked them off the roof yet. I do want to move the phase change loops up there. The ones that I've gotten in my base anyway, kind of open up the inside. But yeah, I took those offline, and I have a phenomenal amount of power now. Usually I'd touch all my battery banks, and I'd at least be using something, but every time I've had a storm the last time, the one bank of batteries is completely untouched. To be honest, I don't know how night vision handles a storm. I have not tried it yet. Kind of wonder. Got me curious now. Oh, behind. Oh, come on, OBS. Why are you struggling? Hang on a second. Is that really what it is? Is that really what's complaining about? No way. Because that really does allow you to see better. Oh yeah, definitely nighttime. Yeah. I don't know how I made it so long without this. I can actually see my tower, so since I've used the night vision goggles, I have not once gotten lost. Whereas before, I was kind of driving around in the dark like an idiot. So, my light up towers that I think only 2 2 of them are lit up. Didn't do me much good. But I think it also helps that they extended the draw distance on different base structures, so that really helped. Like I can see my outpost over the next mountain already, which I'm debating on if this hill is the actual one that I should go over, because you can see just how ridiculously steep that is. So, because I have my base GPS location written down and carry around the chip. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Hanger really does show where my base is for miles. Yeah. Yep, absolutely does. Yeah, look, sounds like a kid bonked themselves doing something they weren't supposed to do. Yep, okay. So, yeah, there's the mining outpost. Ah, oh, cripe. Yeah. I forget that I put that ramp there every single time. I need to put guardrails up or something so I stop driving off the edge. Definitely glad that the rover makes you indestructible while you're on it. Now that being said, the indestructible rover will mess you up when you start mining by it. The atmospheric simulation, it's better for the player, but it still feels like it's super aggressive like it used to be for the rover. Throw it around like crazy. Let's see, could download the monorail mod and make a train. Yeah, I could. Balin keeps trying to get me to do that. But I saw what it will do. Yeah, I was going to try out the harm suit, but I don't have the 2 alloys that I need to make it. I don't want to plug up my tool printer. I mean, I do have them, but they're not in the printer. Whoa, 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 stop. Okay. Off, jump out. I think I can turn that off for now. So what do we have for oh my goodness, 23 backpacks. So first off, is this empty? That's not empty. That empty? That is not empty. Okay, so let's... excuse me? Come down here. Let's do that. Did I really leave so many? I guess I have been a busybody. Get back, empty backpack, empty backpack. I got one that's like a partial load, don't I? Yeah, there we go. This'll work perfect. They really need to add a hotkey for the glasses. I agree. How goes it today? Hi, good evening, Busted. Not too bad. Just getting started. Getting ready to make some tweaks to my outpost that just started. We get to wait here for the world's longest dispensing silo. So you're transport. Oh my goodness! Okay, well, I can see why there's so many in there then. Okay, let's pull a backpack out. Throw that back in there. Let's see, backpack, so I can throw this here. Yep, and that explains a couple things. Well, this actually dispenses fast when it's not a backpack. It must have to iterate through the loaded ore, so maybe I should centrifuge it or something. Okay. Well, with that, since it's not full, I'm going to shove it back in this. Good. Transporting your ore, yeah. We typically process it on site and transport the ingot. I would be Yeah, so I'm doing the dirty ore. I wouldn't mind shipping out the processed ore, but I am not going to do. See, these are empty. These are empty. These are full, right? No, these are empty. Right, these are empty boxes. This is full. Okay. All right. Processing the dirty ore typically reduces the volume. Yes, that was a thought that I had considered for sure. And then the ingots are 500. Yeah. The only problem is if I do ingots, it causes some problems with my storage, my automatic furnace. So, all right. All right. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, here we go. Just the good old boys. Oh, there's the sun. Okay, I don't need these goggles on anymore. Let's see. This actually should be the hill, I think. Right here. Is this the hill? Yeah, this is the hill right here. That was like a shortcut. All right, I like that. Maybe I'll build the road right into the outpost. Sad you can't ingot cobalt. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think that's the only one. Well, other than uranium, but who gets uranium, right? Oh yeah, I forgot that I did this, and yeah. So go ahead. Not that this matters. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Pesky children. 475. I should actually just open that up and let it dump heat. Okay, so this is give me a little bit on the tricky side, I think. That was full. Okay. Right. These are empty. These are empty. These are full. I am so confused by my storage mechanism already. It's not good. It's not good, McGee. Okay, we're gonna close that. We're gonna leave it on the ground because that's obvious, right? Okay, we do this. Open it up. Okay, we can start spitting out. We got 67, so that's 2 backpacks worth. Yes, so uranium and cobalt. There's a mod that allows you to do uranium, basically, because if you could ingot cobalt, then you could make the alloy maker only use ingots. And that is true. I could probably write something that... falling behind. That would... I mean, I could write it and just change the system, but it's yeah, it's one of those things where it's a thing now. Because if I did want to do that, it would make it easier. Then it wouldn't matter how hot my furnace is. I need to put a chute valve in somewhere. I thought these things were... Okay. Alright. Gotta be about... Yeah, about done. Okay, look at that. And... Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have... Let's... You're partial. right? That doesn't clear. That's about as clear as mud. So here's. Goodness gracious. Okay. Those are empty. What's in my inventory are full. Okay. Backpack. Stacker. Stacker here. Do that. A moment. Okay. Kid problems. Kid problems. Okay. Do this. And shoots. And it's offset. Dang it. Valve. Shoot corner. Alright, do that. No, do that. Okay, there we go. That'll be. So let the ore stack up. I'll say 500, doesn't matter. Okay, and then we're going to have this down here. Of course. Of course. A horse is a horse. Of course, of course. Let's do junction. And an inlet. Need more chutes. There we go. Throw that in there. Woo. Perfect. Okay, so that's started. Let's. Okay, what do we want to do here? We want to. We need the stacker, which I think can also be a loader. Loader. We're going out that way. Okay. Let's put the wire. Stacker, loader. I would love a mirrored version of that too, I guess. Okay, there we go. This is the recipient. This is the payload. So this is where the backpacks would come in. Okay, backpacks. All right, is that the uranium mod that you were talking about? Posted the link to. Do that. Silo. There's the silo. Nope. 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 I want to do that. That's power right there. Now let's just do it this way. Mirrored devices. Oh, okay. Yeah. I hope one day that they do go through the trouble of making the mirrored devices. Because, yeah. Particularly like filtration devices and pumps and stuff. This seems like a cable coil. Oh, you know what? They don't require the Electronic parts, that's right. An idiot.
Waste tank caution.
Waste tank caution, that's alright. So this is going to be the... I was looking through the mods, as you said, and it was right there. It was like it was meant to be. So do I want to go up and... Oh, this is silly. Do that. Tangled web of chutes this will be. Straight and a corner and straight and another straight. Okay, there we go. That will be for the suits or the boxes. Hang on. No, this will be not for the boxes. This will be for the backpacks. So the backpacks that I have here are full, right? Or partially full. This one can go. Wait for these to back up or something. Okay, so this is the recipient. Good evening, Balin. Just getting my final tweaks to the outpost here. It's 3 too high. 3. I think it's just fine. How about 3 here? Oh my goodness, it's almost magical. It's almost Christmas. Okay, so that is a very tangled mess of crap. And I still have to do a little bit here, but this is for the backpacks. So what I'm going to do is chuck that one in there. These are full. Now, rain things, remember. Empty box. Okay. That's right, I didn't have that many. So these are empty, so these would go in the silo. Oh, this is getting crazy. Yeah, let's do this. 4, 6. I wish it would stop floating up like that. Where's the farming homes? The other medieval thing. Yeah, I took a jump into the future here. These are empties. Yeah, Balin was playing Medieval Dynasty earlier, and I asked him where the rockets were. So, oh, real good. So, yeah, just adding some final tweaks here. So now we have power to this, so I can start. There we go. Did I? I don't remember. Okay, these are empty though. And if they weren't empty, then they'd basically shoot right through the loader. Okay, so that will save you a little bit there. Okay, here's another. Pretty sure that these are empty. Yep. Okay, so we'll just chuck these in here. I should probably process these on site and then shoot out the ores in 50 stacks. Here's another empty box. Empty box goes there. Backpacks, this is empty box that goes there. These are full. 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 Okay, so these are the full backpacks. Is that literally the only backpacks I had? Large, that's just, okay. Got myself confused with boxception here. Alright, let's swap. No. No, 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 no. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, how you did that. It's the full one. What's that back there? Normally you don't behave like that, so what the heck? God dang it. Okay, there we go. Alright. Okay. So we can crack this open. Let everything go through, everything load up. Okay, we have one backpack. That's not a backpack. Okay, make sure that I don't have anything on this side. Yep, okay. Alright, good. We're doing what we're supposed to. We're loading. We are almost out of battery. Okay. That's reassuring to know. I know you're not doing anything. These things are doing virtually nothing. How are we doing over here? 290. We don't have the pressure to condense. This isn't moving much heat. Evaporation chamber. Maybe I don't have enough Tylenol in this. But we're having potentially a power issue. Which I've got 50 watts here. There'll be 100 watts on the loader and everything. I don't know what these turbo pumps pull at 1 liter and 2 liter. These are not pulling much at all. And this is just for cooling of this. 8 watts, woohoo! Okay. The other thing that I wanted to do was have a lever for opening the doors. Which I think we'll do right here. Walls and pipes. Of course, you open up there. Padded wall, sure. No, I have a bad feeling about the padded. Padded set. Okay, it's gonna be a little wonky. Gotta find backpacks. These are full. I will rediscover that every single time. Large cardboard box. It's not what I need. It's a large cardboard box here. Okay. Logic switch. Lever. Logic switch right there. Okay. Then logic I/O.
Hunger caution.
Logic writer. Actually, I could do a logic writer switch, couldn't I? Switch writer. I think that'll work. Let's just do this. That'll work. Yeah. Right. Boom. Yeah, that'll work. But I do need to back this thing up. Back up. You know, I wonder if recharging the rover is the thing it's going to complain about. Okay, why are you out here? Put you in there. Just for now, frames and silos, you go here. Oh, cables.
Hydration critical.
Oh crap, I forgot it's at the bottom side of the door. Okay. Alright. I need to go down a little bit. I don't want to get eaten by the... What the heck? I see you. It's like Jaws. I almost got eaten by my rover. Ugh. Okay, I think that will get me... Can I go up here? Need more cable coil. I have that. That looks good. Ad coming up in 90 seconds. Actually, I can do... Can't do too many. But I can do a 5. Oh, I could do a 3 and a 3, but that doesn't save me any. Okay. Alright, there's that. That's up. Pull that down real quick so we can... do this, do that, do this, do that. Alright. Okay. Pull that back out because we'll need it later. Cycle 2. Dumbass. Dumbass. Yes, I need a batch writer. That. That and that. And then this will be a lever. This cardboard box has the, not that, switch. There we go. Now, we'll try this again. Input, of course, is going to be the lever, and output type is going to be medium hanger door, and open. There we go. Here we go. Break time. All right. Okay. Frames and silos. Pull that out. Pull out the welder. There we go. That works. Okay. So I should have some solar tracking over here too. Got it. Oh, I got another combustion deep miner that I need. That's what I needed the electronic parts for. That's what I needed the electronic parts for. Where the frick did I put them? Nope. We just ran out of juice. Just ran out of juice. Okay. Ran out of juice. We're getting troublesome here. Okay, welcome back. I just ran out of juice here at the outpost, so I need to go through the trouble eventually and probably put some solar panels here.
Hunger critical.
I'm going to go ahead and put a junction here. A junction here. Put it in my, there we go. Okay. How am I doing? Yeah. I have to go back for health reasons soon. The edge of my outpost is at the edge of a coal spot, so I have a deep miner getting coal to power the system. That's why I'm running electric. Yeah, that does make sense. Definitely use to the advantage. I probably have coal around here, and it wouldn't be too difficult to pull that out. Let's see, how am I doing here? Is 5 good enough? Yeah, okay.
Waste tank caution. Health low.
Waste tank caution and health low. Yep. So I think I will probably grab a solar tracker and bring some solar stuff over here, just for a little boost. Or maybe I just need more more. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to finish this. So one more trip here. Okay. Go ahead and close the doors here, even though it doesn't matter. Alright. Let's close this up. Ready to go. So I got a few ores. But yeah, maybe I should put some cladding off of that outpost and then just drive up. Use it as a drive-through. Makes sense to me. I'm gonna try shortcutting. Normally I take that hill. See if this does me any good or puts me behind. I might convert it to combustion if I get my rocket gas getting enough gases. Yeah, eventually I want to do an automated rocket retrieval, but I'm gonna have to if I do that, I will probably do as much as I can for processing on the spot, so it's more dense. Because just shoving the rocket up into space is where most of the energy goes. We're getting dark. Darn it. was hoping to be done with this outpost. I mean, I almost am, except now I need power. I need power to do it. So I was thinking about getting into rockets because for the phase change stuff, I would, not phase change, the salt heater, I need to make stellite glass, and I don't have enough stellite for the auto lathe at the moment. I need to pack food and water though, definitely. Okay, sun is going down. It can stay going down. Once it gets dark, I'll flip on the glasses. Actually, it might be okay to do it now. Okay, not bad. I can deal with it. I can deal with it. Let's close the mining belt. Don't need it at the moment. Really? So I gotta dig this another little block down. Whee! Big hill! Oh, Lord. So let's see, other than the pipes to get the combustion centrifuge going, not centrifuge, deep miner, and I think potentially I may want to have an IC-10 that if the power ever does get critical like that for some reason, have it do an emergency shutdown on everything and wait for power to get to an acceptable level before starting back up. So definitely an issue. You know, I feel like I was in the same spot last episode, especially since not last episode, the episode before that, where this particular hill, if I'm not at 30 by the time I get to the next pillar, I might jetpack over, and then I do. I know that because I had to spend 3 days editing the video because the audio was all way out of whack and still sounds like garbage, and I had to no, it is weird. Like compressed 45 minutes of audio into like 25 minutes, so I had to space everything out, realign sounds. It's really hard to do with the Rover because it's kind of monotonous. 31%. Hey, I'm a little quicker than I was in the other video. But we're almost there. Let's see, it's where the solid fuel system. An IC-10 shutting it off when the battery's at 90% and turns back on at 20%. Yeah, I would probably have it kick on at a low percentage and then probably have it kick back off at a relatively low percentage too, if I have other sources. Because I would rather... Oh dear. This is, okay. Alright, I am officially going to baja down the hill. I'm not going to park the Rover. As a matter of fact, yeah, screw it. I gotta bounce. I am running a little bit too tight on the health problem here. Okay. Boom. Okay. Glasses. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Glasses off. Okay. AC off. We'll make it. I may have been okay with using the rover, but it was kind of...
Hunger caution.
Alright, now we'll stop literally dying. That'll work. Health as a resource. Okay. I could jump in the cryo chamber if I wanted to restore my health, but it's going to be going up. Don't have to use the potty. Alright, run back out. Well, I guess we don't necessarily need to. We needed to shove that back where it belongs, for one. We needed pipes. And we needed stuff for solar. Stuff for solar.
Health low.
So I will need... I have the IC-10 housing, I have the IC-10 chip. Let's grab some sensors, because I'm going to need that. Solar panels themselves. Glass. Ooh, I should use the heavy ones. A heavy one. Solar panel heavy kit. Astroloid. Do I have it? I do not have it. I do not have it. Sam, I am. Okay. Wait. I did. I did have it, Sam, I am. Okay. Heavy solar panel. Needs 5 glass sheets. Okay, I can do that. Just regular old glass sheets, I can do that. No problem. Solid fuel generator. I feel like I had one laying around. Technically, I have one outside that I never use. I could take as a reinforcement. Okay, so let's put the chute backpack back in here. Pipes. Need to take pipes with me. Got enough pipes for everything else. Let's see. Walls and pipes. Insulated tank. Let's go ahead and put these back. Okay. See this pipe meter. Gas mixer. Volume pump, turbo pump. Pressure regulator. I'll kind of keep this for the liquid, this for the gas. Sure, that'll work. Doors, let's go ahead and there's a door kit. Interior doors, interior doors. Don't need that anymore. Okay, walls, oh goodness. Padded walls. Do I have any padded walls in here? I swear I did. Yeah, I did. I do. Okay. Walls and pipes. 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 You're empty. Okay, you're still cranking along. Peaceful and calm. Then we have heavy cable up the wazoo, which I'll keep that with me. Let's see, logic processor. That can go up here. With the logic switches and stuff. Lights, I'll go ahead and just throw lights in there, because whatever. I got a cat. Oh, cats are hilarious. Oh yeah, pipes. Okay, so I'm keeping that one. Fuel leaders, that's the combustion centrifuge. I'm going to go ahead and throw that over there because I got to figure out what I want to do with that. Over here we've got valves. Yeah. valves. Pipe analyzer. Liquid drain. Active vent, that's atmospheric, so we'll go ahead and put that over here. Active vent. Turbo. Valve. Portables connector, I like that. Okay. Power transmitter, that would go over here with these. Cladding's just kind of eh. And miscellaneous plumbing can be put away. You're still cranking. Okay. Phase change devices. This is liquid pipes. And those are gas utility
Storm
pipes.
incoming.
Oh shit. Okay. Guess what I'm doing?
Waste tank caution. Oxygen low. Oxygen critical.
Let's go get the rover. It's just at the top of the hill, so it's not going to take a whole lot. But don't need to be losing the rover. Yes, Mr. J. Katie, I hear you. I hear you. Wow. Uh-huh. Yeah, I heard you. I think you lost your mousey. You lost your mousey before you got to me. Okay, Rover. Hello, Rover. Sorry for leaving you here. But I figured it wasn't good if I remained a skeleton in your seat. I don't need to be the ghost of Venus. I'll make a road for you to make up for it. How about that? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, let's jump out. Jump on this side. Open up. We have a canister here. Get out. You're empty. You're almost empty. And then you. There we go. Okay, there's that. Close this up. Alright, we've got backpacks to unload. Not too many. I guess we can go ahead and plop that in here. And go through it. Well, I guess that worked. Make sure that these are empty. So these are empty. Okay. Oop. Battery. Didn't even hit the nuclear battery. That's awesome. Okay, pull that up for 6. Pull that up. Okay. Storm incoming. We'll do that. Okay. Another thought is to have a solid generator over there with an emergency fuel source, power source. But I don't know how well that's going to work. Would work. Especially if I don't have a batch of coal right nearby. Okay, switch over. The solar panels should be made by now. That'll work. Okay. What do we have here? The ICs, so I will do what I need to do with those. Pipes, I need those for the combustion. Phase change device. I got distracted because of things. Maybe I'll switch over to doing backpacks instead of boxes because I can fit a little bit more in there. Frames and silos. Sure. There's frames, there's steel sheets. Hangar door that can go right there. And consoles right here. I mean, an empty box is an empty box, is essentially what this is. Large cardboard box. Oh, this is, hang on. Stacker and sorters out the wazoo. Plastic sheets, steel sheets, electronic parts. Go with the electronics printer. Steel sheets. Cable. It's a full stack, that's why that keeps happening. There we go. Okay, that looks alright. Okay. Throw that back in there. Got ICs. Might as well throw the IC over here with more housings. And transformer small can go here next to that. Large cardboard box, sure, we'll put one there. Alright, so getting a little cleaner. Here we go. That will work. Electronic parts. Sterling equipment. There we go. That's outpost stuff. I'm going to leave that as is. That was a mistake. Atmospherics kit. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay. Passive vent. Active vent. More pipe. And atmospheric kits right there. Okay. Atmospherics. Alright, I don't have a locker for the rockets. Printed off too many fuselages for one rocket. But who says I can't use another one? Rocket scanner head, rocket scanner. I don't know if that was a regular scanner or a surface scanner. That was a rocket scanner. Surface scanner head, okay. And then the umbilical cords, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, okay, that'll work. So these radiators are my next bit that I'm going to do. I'm going to see about hooking them up and getting some hot salt to heat my world up. There we go. You know what? Actually, that would probably be pretty easy. I just wonder if that blue pipe's a little too low for Larry or how that would work. You know what? I might try that sometime. Okay, backpacks, those are empty boxes. Everything else is cleaned up except for those two. Okay, we gotta wait for the storm. I don't think I have a problem with alcohol production. But let's check. Where are we on alcohol? 1.15 kiloliters. I think we're good. I think we're golden. I think we're beautiful. And this is actually pretty good. How we doing over here? 3. Oh, nothing. Okay, how we doing over here? 128 degrees. You need a better. I guess I need to go do a large radiator. My water's not cooling off very quick. Seems to be stuck at 129 degrees. But part of that is the weirdness that's happening with the flip-flopping on my circuit. It doesn't make any sense to me why it's doing that. But let's do direct heat exchanger. Large heat. Yeah, okay. One. I only need one. And hopefully I got everything for it. I do not. I need steel. I should be able to ship steel. Okay, I don't have steel. Use a portable tank to link the cooling for my water. I guess that's one way of doing it. Yeah, I've got a direct heat exchanger. It's a small one, so it doesn't move that much. But the it's supposed to try to bring it down to 40 degrees, and this is at 14, so... Wait, you're active, but... Yeah, you're supposed to shut off. It's better. It mixed inside liquid and gas. Yeah, that I do know. But mine is... My cooling's oxygen, so... Wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, need iron. How short are we on the iron? So the ore that I'm getting from the outpost should be pretty good. 7. 777. I know yeah, I know I can mix O2 and water. It's just the, it won't be dangerous. Just yeah, it's my cooling line. It's the other problem that I have with that is I have it set so it can. What do I have this set to? This is set to 1900. Is that what they're all at? Hang on. Pollutant. 1900. 1900. Yeah, so it can theoretically go all the way down to -90. It'll never happen. Because I actually don't have enough. For one, I don't think I have enough pollutant in the loop, actually. So these things are not full. There's a little bit of pressure here, but there's not much. So I think I'm condensing pretty much everything I throw into it. So maybe I should actually throw some pollutant into the loop. There we go. I still upgrade to Silenol. Well, for the next bit, why am I going this way? I probably will do a Silenol loop to go down. The pollutant loop is actually doing pretty good for me. It's just I don't have enough in here. Okay, what temperature is our pollutant at? It is at 115, so I've got to be careful. Well, I guess in this tank it doesn't matter as long as I don't go over 20 kPa. So let's pull this up. Do this and fire it up. cough, cough. Cough. Cough, cough. Okay. Yeah, firing it up for the first time. Right, here we go. Gas tank Mark II with capacity for liquid. Yeah, at this temperature, it's definitely going to condense. Now the problem is it's going to condense in the pipe. Why is it reading the room? Show me the pipe. Condensation drain off the turbo. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do with my Tylenol. It would actually make sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but in Stationeers it makes sense, I should say. How much did I throw in here? 1.28 kilomole. That's a significant amount, so just going to go basically until this complains. It's too stressed. Okay, that's good. Alright, you're evaporating off. You're stable. You're happy. Okay, let's go ahead and crank you off. I'm going to reverse you and vacuum you. Good. Alright, that works for me. Vertical pipe attachment, condensation valve, liquid pipe to liquid connection. Yep, I have something similar to that set up here on the Tylenol. So I just changed it around a little bit. And it works. And this is just to make sure that that drains out, which I don't think is necessary, but I didn't want to risk anything. But it'll do alright for me. It's alright for the girls I go with, as I like to say. Get through the door. Okay. Oh, right. For science.
Oxygen low.
For science. Okay, so this is portable light. This is night... Okay, yeah. Night vision goggles aren't much better. I can turn on my light and... Yeah. Okay. So, good to know. Night vision goggles, not much better. Good to know, exactly. Had the epiphany that I needed to check that, and there's a storm here, so... Okay, AC off. Alright, now let's go hook up our pollutant over here, which is going to be a heat load on the system. I can already tell you I'm not going to like this. Okay. Alright. Hey, you. Get there. Wrench you up. Okay. And we're going to look right here at this network. Dumping a lot of heat into the gas. You're getting more on this side. So there should be adequate supply. Pressure's not really going up all that much. I guess with that evaporating off, the temperature comes down pretty good. And we'll see. Okay, our pollutant is definitely going up over here. That's good. 400 mole. As long as it keeps going up. Oh, we're out of charcoal. I'm almost out of charcoal. I'm gonna have to actually process some biomass. Oh, come on. Doesn't play soccer. Stick to my hobbit ways. Okay, 45% bathroom gives me 3.18 liter wastewater. For science, I am trying to remember to take notes. Yes. Be good to know. 3 liters of waste. That is phenomenal. I guess if you include the flush water, it's still a lot. How are we doing over here? Yeah, the pressure's still not here. Only 6 liters. So I only gained like 2 liters. So maybe I should see about doing all the fancy work. How are we doing here? Yeah, heat exchange is different. 17.9. Yeah, let's go. Condensation valve, volume pump, liquid pipes. Liquid pipes. Volume pump. And a valve for condensation valve. Let's do this. To look how much fresh water is removed when it flushes. And that's a solid point to remember, the flush water. Yeah. Pollutant. Because this works in reality. I might as well turn it so I can see it from the same side as the turbo pump controls. And then, again, I don't know if the volume pump is necessary, but I will try without it because it's wrong angle. Wrong angle. Wrong angle of the dangle, and that is a... is you're awfully damaged. It shouldn't. Unless it like loss. Yeah. Okay. Condensation valve. There we go. Do I have just floating around somewhere insulated pipe? You know what? I technically have an insulated pipe just rolling around. Okay. Is that just a regular? That's insulated, right? Good. There we are. T. There we go. So now we can turbocharge it. My shower took 0.9 liters and gave 0.9 liters, so that tracks right. That's good. So that is neutral. I'm still a little fuzzy on why the toilet is positive. So I always, the way that I understood how the mood bonus and hydration bonus and everything worked is that you were able to, one, drink more at a time and store it, so you didn't have to go as often, but it was also a factor on how quickly you went through your store. Not necessarily that you generated extra. So that part fuzzles me. But I might be... I don't know, I guess it depends on how it's coded. Again, I thought the same thing, but since the toilet's very positive, I'm trying to track why. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's go here. Pipe network there. Too much power draw on this network. Yep, indeed. Brownout. Condensing. Condensation is... I think it'll eventually keep up with it, maybe. That pressure's getting a little high. Oh. I probably can't use this. We're borderline on temperature. We are borderline on temperature. I mean, I could bleed some temperature off into the room, and that would actually give me some. Yeah, I was not expecting. Let's see. How we doing? You're probably the one I need to be concerned with. How much energy am I gonna gain? Yeah. No one expects this managing position. Okay, 40 liters. That's. Yeah, if I bled the temperature off of this, it wouldn't be too bad. I have a radiator sitting around over... I mean, do I have a radiator sitting around over here? I might. Gas pipe. I got pipes right here. Jeez. They don't have yellow pipes right here, though. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this and this. Grinder. Wrench. It's liquid. Liquid doesn't do me no good. I mean it does, but not from that pipe, and I don't I don't really want to do a bunch of spaghetti, so I'll just use a regular convection radiator. Blow it off into the room. Probably have to put my suit on. I know I've got some printed off. Pipe radiator, medium radiator. There we go. Hopefully, I don't think I need to have on both sides, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see.
Hydration critical.
Hydration critical, because I'm definitely not going to put it on both sides. Crap. This is ridiculous. It's because I put them all on the shelf. I don't have any steel sheets with me. Okay. Got, wow, 2 steel sheets. Yeah, that's fine. Two steel sheets. Do 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 do. You can't do that. Do, do, do. I meant convection radiator. I don't know how to screw that up. Convection radiator. There we go. You are convecting a heck of a lot of heat. So how you doing? Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. That is really cooking the room, but that's okay. I don't understand why you're evaporating. To maintain pressure? Oh, yeah, that's nice. Okay, well, let's just go. Doing pretty good. Getting really cranky pipes, but we're not there yet. Condensing an incredible amount of heat into that room. And I'm here for it.
Hunger critical.
What should we have over here? 12 kilomole. Okay, we got enough. Kilojoules. We make the air conditioning unit work really hard. Yes, enough to fully fill 4 evaporators, which I don't even remember if I've updated those. Which I probably should. It's in a pretty stable state, actually. I'm kind of surprised. Yes, I know I'm thirsty. I'm gonna be hungry. "30-second ad break." Well, maybe I'll pause what I'm doing here. We'll go eat and drink, be merry, and I will take myself a ad break. I'll do that. I'll do that. Yep, I'll run that way. And eat, drink, and be merry at the ad break. See you on the other side. Alrighty. Let's see. I need to make the bio break splash screen. I'm picturing an outhouse in the woods with a little dragon passing the TP to a hand. That would do it. That would work pretty good. I need to start doing some of my stuff here as well. Let's see. What can I do here? I don't need the gas, I just need the charcoal, so I could technically just take a stack, yeah, right? Take a stack of switchgrass and throw it through the... Yeah, I think so. Furnace. We're gonna see what I can come up with. I feel like I'm missing some... There we go, there's all the seeds. And I have a whole boatload downstairs. Yeah, let's do this. That way we can get away with having some charcoal for breakfast. Deal with our TP from our Mario. I don't even think I need to shred it. The charcoal is for the water purifier. So I don't need to bother with the degassing stuff. Whoa, network. What are you doing, network? Okay, well, hopefully, just in case you missed that because of my massive dropped frames stint there, I'm going to use the charcoal for the water purifier. No, I mean I should, I could. It needed to be shredded, huh? Okay. Good to know. Good to know that it needed to be shredded. I made that mistake before, too. Whatever. Not like I don't have an infinite. Ah, you dumb shit. I did it again. Well, the good thing is... that this brown pipe right here will suck in all my hydrochloric acid and pollutant. It'll do that for me. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. Okay. An atmospherics kit. There's insulated pipe. That's all that. Why? I got the heat distortion effects. Oh. Well. I have a bunch of biomass down below too. Okay, we can blow it this way. Ah, shit. You know what? Truly doesn't matter because I've got all the doors open everywhere. Alright, well, let's see. I have any problem with the gases, we'll find out. Okay, so I can take the radiator, put it back out here. Oh, that's what we were doing. Yeah, we were on shelf. I'm gonna throw that there. And we put the valves up here. The insulated pipe. Okay, volume pump, that can go there too. Let's go. Poison ourselves. Somehow I feel even a 1 per mil atmospheric concentration of hydrochloric acid would probably not be fun. All right, we're up to good. Make it noisy again. I'm trying to think. I've got 6 evaporators, I think. Which they should, if it's 6 evaporators, that's 240 total liters. So I should be good. We'll evacuate this out. Which this has got to do its own little thing. Most of the time in my base it's a liquid, so it's not worse than the labs I've been in. There was almost some always spilled. But 1% breathable would be very bad. Yeah. I imagine that would be... Oh. Can't even imagine. Make you wish you were just breathing pepper spray. At least that would just hurt. Instead of melting your lungs. Nope, 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 nope. What the heck? Okay. Wondering if I'm gonna kill myself with a gas tank ever. Wouldn't put it past myself. Actually, it's annoying that it stays as a liquid because then I can't just filter it off. Yes, that is very, very truthful. I need to put passive floor drains in to the lower level. Well, I'm assuming that it's supposed to follow that kind of stuff. But. Alright, so you should be evaporating off and cooling off. See how we're doing over here. I want to see these numbers go. Okay, yeah, these are 200s. 200s. Yeah, so I have not updated any of these. So, that being said... I'm going to update these guys. Okay, so those will slowly drain out. This one I cannot update. The rest I should be able to. Okay, we got pressure. Got pressure. Got lots in liquid form. That's what I want to see. Just as long as I don't exceed the capacity. Which I don't... No, I won't, because it's 240 on that I'm bringing in. 260 that I'm bringing in. Well, plus some in gas. Let's go ahead and turn that off for right now. Okay, you are, for all intents and purposes, empty. You are, for all intents and purposes, empty. And you are, for all intents and purposes, empty. Grinder first. At some point I'll have to make a vacuum to suck it all up. Yeah. That's something I haven't touched, and I should do. Hand drill. Okay. There we are. Okay, 1900 again. 1900. Go ahead and turn you on. Evaporation chamber. Wrench ya. Weld ya. 1900. Okay. Wrench ya. Weld ya. Label you. Nope. Nope. Okay. Turn you on. Alright, so now we can rejoin this pipe. And that'll suck the liquid out. And then, let's see, we will... Actually, we'll crack... Crack this pipe. Crack this pipe. I'm going to crack this just so we can color it. Okay. Turn these down to 0. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll update these. That one will remain as is. This won't take long at all. Look at that. We're emptying out. Of course, that does mean this is probably going to lose control a little bit. That's all right. Because everybody else is going to empty out as well. Okay. They are, for all intents and purposes, empty to me. Nope. Hand drill. Okay, evaporation chamber. And evaporation chamber. There we are. Do this. We wrench. And we weld. Yeah, this was smoother. And 1900. Confirm. Turn on. 1900. Confirm. Turn on. All right. Now back to plumbing. Plumb it up. Okay, there's that. And then there's that. Okay. Go ahead and turn that back on, even though that's not really necessary anymore. It should be disappearing quick. All right, fill up. Okay. So we've got 40 liters, 40 liters, 40 liters, 40 liters, 40 liters. Okay. So 220 liters on this side. Supposedly it was 260 that I brought over, so I should have more than enough pollutant in this loop now. Should be fully charged. I would like to see it fully, to the fullest extent, fully charged. These have to fight sometimes on the pressure side. So having some gas, I mean, I could condense more. Now these being updated, I've never seen a benefit to actually having those updated. They don't benefit from what I've seen. How we doing? Still got 70 liters to go. You just crossed halfway full. It's just more than you've had in a long time. Now, how about you? 7 kilojoules. You're still kind of 5 kilojoules. All over the map as you equalize. How about you? Nothing, because you aren't evaporating enough. Yeah, I've only got one condensation chamber on this side. So this could use a charge as well. Yeah. Oh, I am running a mod that can take fertilizer and turn it into biomass. It takes 3 to make fertilizer, but it's great because I make way more fertilizer than I ever use, so I can recycle it to make more methane. That sounds pretty good. Okay, we'll go ahead and let that run for now. I'm not gonna... Yeah, we're down to about the bottom end of it. Okay, we wanted to go... See, I got the sensors, I got the solar panel, and I've got the ICs that I need. Do I have the glass? I don't have the glass. That would be very bad to go over there without the glass. Hey. Okay. Grab some glass. Should only need a little bit. Half tempted to use an array.
Oxygen low.
Actually, do these have the array variant? They do. They do. Cool. They do, indeed. Okay. Okay, let's go on an adventure. Yeah. I get the harm suit going. For sure, I will need to... I'll use that for making my roads. That seems like a good idea. Now, I'll probably still have a problem with thirst and hunger. Okay. So an array of solar panels. I don't have any frames with me, I just realized. I just realized. Well, that's part of the fun. And you start those back up and see... Yeah, start those combustion centrifuges back up and see where we're at on power. So I definitely have the wind turbines. They have enough to... Well, I should actually probably put another battery out there would be the real solution. Because I don't have enough battery for the amount of wind turbine that I've got. I think a full bank of 5 fills up like 6 or 7 batteries, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to do the math. So my 3 would be able to do 3 or 4 batteries in between each storm. And I certainly don't use that much power over there. The electrolyzer can theoretically pull a lot of power, but it's not often that it's running. Yeehaw! Just the good old boys. Never meaning no harm. Yep. You know what, just for funsies, I'm going to take this hill, see if it's a little smoother. Doesn't look like it's too much better. However, it looks like it would align with a cladding much better. Because I'm facing 270 degrees. And I think that would be, yeah, be a straight shot instead of this crooked weirdness coming off the mountain. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I think I came out here like the first time in the middle of the night or something, so driving around in the dark, I don't suggest it. Yeah, the night vision goggles are a lifesaver. They are an absolute lifesaver. Then I can save some power by not using the lights on the rover, because they don't do you much good. Yeah. Stopping in to grab some backpacks. Maybe. I don't know how many there really would be. Okay, how many we got? 1! Ah. One backpack. Ah. Yeehaw! Yeah, you can actually see the outpost from the other one. Whee! I am glad this doesn't take durability. Nor do I. Yep, one big drive through. Jeez. This game's really good for sucking your time away. There's a little bit of squirrel going on, but I feel like I haven't gotten too far over here. What's your favorite vampire? The one from Sesame Street. He doesn't count. I can assure you, yes, he does. Yep, he absolutely does count. 1. Ah, ah, ah. Okay, that's a little tight. How many we got here? 0, because the stuff isn't running. You don't have fuel. Night vision goggles off. Okay, so we're on. Good 10%. Go to 10%. Let's pull out our pipes. Five and 2. Okay, there's that. There's this. Five and 2. There we go. This is now ready to go. Okay, your stress is coming down. Maybe I should have waited for it to come down a little more.
Handler caution.
Oh, that worked okay. You're still building stress. Alright, now your stress is down below 50. We're going to try it. You're going down. %, but you're alright, I think. Oh, you're down to like 10. You're up there. Okay. Alright. I didn't wait long enough. Didn't wait long enough. I still need to build proper gas management room, but I now have iron on tap, so that will help. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, this is still climbing, but that's not too bad. So 50% is still a little too high. 30%. Okay, can I kick? Oh, I guess I could turn you on if I'm going to try to do anything. Yeah, we're going to have problems. Didn't give it enough time. You're fine. You're still climbing, but I think you'll be fine. Of course, it will be helped that I am also finally getting to map out the space nodes too. Until now, I've been buying my gases. Yeah, I've been buying Silenol. I have not bought really anything else. This is still. Check this one. How are we doing down here? You're fantastic. You're happy. Okay, you're going down. That's awesome. Gotta wait on you. Been buying out the traders so many portable tanks. Yeah, I bet. Okay, 5 for that. Alright, good. Okay, now we can focus on our panels. Which I want east. I want data port facing east, I do believe. Whoa, what you doing? Okay, data point dual. Data port facing east. I think I can do that. Might look a little goofy. 10 steel sheets. I might have 10 steel sheets laying around somewhere that I might be able to borrow. Let's not borrow that. Probably never used as many portable tanks until this play. That's always fun. The fun part, doing stuff you've never done before. Whee! Okay. Do I have to glass every single one of them?
Waste tank caution.
Okay. Okay, so this is going to be the output from the IC-10 ship here. We're going to do that. Put solar on top of my hangar because the hangar blocked my first solar farm. Well, that'll learn it.
Hydration critical.
I'm gonna throw that there. Hydration critical. I'm not gonna worry about that. This is gonna be power input. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we'll do this. Okay. I don't think we're going to have a problem here. Power, got the chip already there. Let's pull this down. This is just power coming off of the low voltage side. Missed that. I ended up needing 2 flat solar panels to keep the battery topped off for the management of the solar farm. Wanted it isolated because at the time power management was an issue. I no longer have power management issues, but I kept the system in place. Yeah, originally, a few of my first attempts at the Brutal Venus, I was trying to feed the solar I don't like that. Condensation is happening in the pipe because I powered off the condensator. That was bad. That's almost bad. I'm blowing my silent all everywhere. Okay. We got plenty of fuel.
Hunger critical.
Venus power management is always an issue until you get enough battery space. Yes, absolutely. Okay, you're up and running. You're down to 0. Throttle you up and wait. You're up and running. 100%. Good. Good. Okay, hunger and thirst, problem. You're good here. Good here. Panel. We need to track the sun now. It's going down. So let's grab you. Daylight sensor. There we go. Now we need a gas sensor for when I do an airlock. Okay, inward. Oh, set inward. Alright, let's pull out the handy dandy laptop. The chip that shouldn't be in there. Turn you off, there we go. Let's go ahead and edit. Clear. Now I have a feeling yeah, there we go. Daylight sensor. Alias position horizontal is R0. Alias position vertical is R1. I don't think I need an init loop. Okay, we're going to load R15. It's going to be the device. Load batch by name. Load batch. R15 device hash H sensor. Logic is going to be vertical. And this will be batch mode average. Average seems sensible. Okay, we're going to subtract into position vertical is going to be 90 minus R15. Set batch H solar panel vertical was V. Low batch R15 H sensor horizontal average. See, I want to write a more dynamic code for solar that doesn't need a solar tracker or will auto adjust to not care the arrangement of the sensor to the panels. I always have to use the math functions to rotate it to fix for placement. Yeah, and it's like you said, it's more dynamic. It's doable. It's just how much energy you want to put into that. And also, I can't remember, my horizontal placement might be okay, might not be okay. Math horizontal. And then set batch H solar panel. Horizontal. Pose H. Add. Subtract. Pose H is going to be R15 0. We'll subtract 0 from it. Additionally, I'm going to load batch R15 from our solar panel, and this will be power generation sum. We're going to set dB setting equal to R15. There we go. That'll work. Export. Betty boop. first off, how are you doing over here? You're down to 0. 100% limiter.
Health low.
Health low, health low. Would you stop floating around? I know I need to set the stuff up, but jeez. Okay, where's our horizontal going? Incorrect logic type at line 17. I bet you I know what that is. Okay, that's going to be solar panel. Charge. That's interesting. Maybe dual charge. Charge. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Since I need to come back out here and test that immediately, I'm just going to fly by night. Fly by night. Let's see, in theory you could have it look at the efficiency and use that to track the sun. That is true, then it's like a MPPT. It's too bad there wasn't a way to pull up an object's orientation in the world. You know, if its origin north is, you know, you could offset it based on the orientation of a device. That'd be kind of cool. In real life, you put small solar panels in the edges behind the solar panel, and when they leave the shadow, you know which direction to move. Absolutely, yeah. I've seen somebody do where they put a. They even installed a simple motor, you know, little 6-volt motor, used 6-volt solar panels behind the main panel, and they were wired in reverse, so it would spin based on which solar panel was illuminated. Basically spin backwards. So it would try to cover itself, and it was pretty neat. Worked fairly well. I'm trying to remember the guy. I want to say that it was his name was Matthias or something like that. I can't remember the channel name, but he had some kind of a lot of interesting projects. I like the people that do that with their YouTubes. And they inspire creativity. That's probably why I like Stationeers so much. Okay, we'll do this. Whee! 0 thrust because we're falling down the mountain. Bouncing off the mountain. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and go inside. Turn those off. Eat, drink, be merry. It's too bad there's not like an internal feeding tube slot. That'd come in handy. Yeah, 16% isn't bad. I think I was down to 10%. I think my last trip, actually. Oh, geez, I gotta make a French fry. This could have been disastrous. Especially since I'm almost out of potatoes. I guess I should harvest my potatoes then. Now, I will do that prior to logging. Definitely not getting done what I thought I'd get done. You're as bad as me and my gas tank. Yeah. Yeah, I'll admit I have been bad about that in the past. Alright, so we still don't have these fully full. Looks like I need another 5 liters and everything, so I need another 30 minimum liters. Well, I got it over here, so it might be more of a condensation problem at this. Well, no, it's not a condensation problem. I got 74 liters there. Why are you? Oh, I guess it makes sense because of the temperature here. Yeah, I just need more evaporator. Still feel like these should be full up. I don't know. Whoops. Let's see. Well, I don't think I will be streaming tonight. Went to get up, and my back told me no. Oh, that's disappointing. There's a mod for that. That's disappointing. Well, we'll eventually get there. So we are good here, good here, good here. Let's go ahead and head back out.
Oxygen low.
Oxygen low.
Critical.
Oxygen critical. We can run back to the outpost. It's the morning, and we can test that the solar panels are actually facing the right way, or if I gotta modify it. Dang it. Okay, I want to do this, and I want to do this. There we go. Okay. Well, the rover works. 340, heading 340. What's our vector, Victor? Oh, well, I have an oxygen tank on the rover, so I'll be fine. I just realized my air tank is really low. This will actually be the first time that I've used the air tank on the rover. Coming ad break. I'm going to pause since I'm in midair. Real quick here, let's see. And yesterday, spent my birthday laying down for the same reason. We at least figured out it was cats bouncing on me during the night. That was the reason, so they're kicked out tonight. Okay. Well, happy birthday. And hopefully you do get some good rest. No fun like that. So, ad break coming up here. I'm just flying out to the outpost. Okay, ad break is over. And looks like these solar panels are doing what I asked them to do. So let's see. Harm suit. Telling you to switch to the harm suit, but then again you can't fly back to the base in the harm suit. Yeah, I do want to do the harm suit. I just didn't have the alloys to make it today. That is definitely on the list though. And then it'll be good for when I'm out paving the roads. I also need to finish up lighting my base, but I need to redo all the wiring before I do that. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I really need to I really need to spend some time lighting up my base. So how are we doing this side here? We got 1 megapascal. I mean, that is cool enough if I had the pressure, which I don't have the pressure. So 1 megapascal. You are pulling it out. Your pressure is in the pipe. Yeah, I guess I could look at the analyzer here. 232. It's not much. Ooh, 4 watts. Yeah, but this is not for power generation. It's for cooling. And I didn't realize that this required that cool of an atmosphere. So I think we're good here. Good there. I came out. Sensor, that's good. That's good. Crank this up. Alright. So let's go ahead and open up our gate. 1 backpack. 1. Why'd you go there? Well, I guess it makes sense. Okay. All right. We're filled up to 18 megapascals.
Air tank critical. Oxygen low.
Here we are. We are happy. We are happy. Okay. 29% gave 2.4 liters. Okay. Huh. You figured it would have been a little bit more, well, maybe it is linear. It's just that the flush itself has a static amount. But how much does it consume? That's the next question, right? Okay. So I think I'm done with this for now. It's official. It is official. It is online. I need more backpacks, but it's online. That one's probably going to run significantly faster than this other guy, so I need to consider that. I think it might be worthwhile processing the ore and at least cleaning it up so that its density is increased. I think that's a plus. Forgot to check before the flush. Yep. Science. Sometimes the hardest part of science is remembering to do all the steps. That's the problem I have. So, okay, so doors and electronic parts, that's all printed off. That's all good. So steel sheets. Oh, right, it was the stellite glass. That's why I didn't do the radiators today. Because I didn't have the stuff for the stellite. That is exactly why. Okay. Well, you know what? We're here. Let's take advantage of the opportunity that we're here. That's why you write up the method. We forget to write up the method beforehand. Or forgot to. Yes. And that's one thing I was always... When I worked for the dyno shop, I was always big on people just following the directions. Even though it wasn't like life or death critical, it was still annoying when they didn't follow the written procedure. Okay, there we go. Alright, it's a little bit... A couple backpacks. Yeah, I think... I get the harm suit and I'll... one of the first things I'll do is make some roads. Or at least some more beta roads. Oh, my boss loves that I am the guy who will read the directions. Yeah. Yeah, I always loved doing checklists. Even sometimes they were so annoying and so stupid because you know the process, but if you did the checklist and you were honest about the checklist, then you didn't forget anything. He doesn't always remember to, and I have caught a few things on jobs. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Do the checklists and take them serious. Sometimes it's annoying, and sometimes you've done it so many times that you could, the back of your hand, all that fun stuff, but there's the days that you forget to do stuff. I always admit checklists are amazing and work well for me, yeah. Yep, because you never know when you're going to have a coworker coined a new phrase today, and I loved it. He was trying to speak, and the words kind of stumbled out of his mouth, and so he ended up saying something about my thart about that, because he was his thought. So we all had a good laugh, and that's going to be the new brain fart. So every time you get a brain fart, nope, I have a thart. Thartin. But yeah, you never know when you're going to have a thart and forget something. I mean, I've gone to work and forgot my laptop before, which is, since my job is entirely based on basically my laptop, that's a very limiting factor. But how many times have you potentially locked your keys in your car, or walked out to your car, left the keys in the house, something like that? When I did data validation, I even used colors, so when I double checked, I would also check if the colors matched with what it said. Yep. Double data point validation. If there was any mismatch, I knew to go back. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So, I also like to say it's, you dot your T's and cross your I's. Oh, yeah, that light tower, that lighthouse, I'm so glad that I thought of that, because that was it's been a saving grace on so many adventures. Especially early on when I was being stingy and either not remembering or not making the tracker chip and beacons and all that. So I took a lot on faith early on. And I can't believe how far out this hill on this gradient comes. Let's see. When they had to train someone else in a different department how to be another person doing validations, they used my color checklist, and they admitted it helped them learn. Yeah, that's phenomenal. They can't argue with a good system, especially when somebody put a lot of thought into it and used it. That's the other thing, is I hate managers that they're schooled. They know all this stuff, but they've never been on the floor before and don't know how to use some of the own systems they bring. So that's awesome. It's great. Boom. Okay, fine. I'll get in to close that. Do I have any canisters? Or empty, empty, empty? That one actually has some stuff in it still. Not really worth mentioning, but it's still got something. Let's leave that open. Never hit the nuclear battery. That's great. Let's open this up and start checking these out. Oh my god, yes. My old boss had me use checklist, which he was supposed to go back over, and he never did the follow-up. Yeah, that is absolutely a problem that I've had too. I designed a checklist for our dyno, and it's just an installation checklist, so it's super simple. But I was always annoyed that nobody would follow up on it. It's like, it's just, you're double checking. That's all you're doing. You go through and touch everything on that list, go verify everything, and just make sure it's covering our own butts. Okay, I need to pack steel sheets with me is what I need to do. Okay, so that outpost is online. We are throwing ores out like crazy and debating on more backpacks. Now, harm suit is on order here eventually. That's cobalt. Oh, that's another problem. All right, so steel. We need steel, which means we need iron. Let's take a look at this. We may have harm suit, stellite, and astrolite. Pretty sure I used astrolite. So let's see, stellite, silicon. Let's see, silver and cobalt. Silver, I do not have a source of at the moment. And then astroloy, I think was the other one. Astroloy uses copper, cobalt, steel. So this is, I have, possibly. So let's go see where we are in silver. So it might be a silver trip. I mean, you say dyno, and typically with dynos, if you make a mistake, it's a very expensive mistake. Yeah, it's... Luckily, these were... That's steel. Pretty robust. But, yeah. With what we were testing, it potentially was very, very valuable. Okay, so actually I don't think I have a source for nickel either. Yeah, I'm going to do something with the coal eventually here. Gold ore. There's gold in them hills. Okay, copper. Iron's coming up, so we'll have steel very soon. So, silver. That's what I really need to do. I really need silver. Silver, and I will say times 20. So I'm a greedy son of a gun. Silicon might be something worthwhile to grab also. I'm also going to grab nickel by 10. The other stuff, I think... Cobalt might not be bad to get. Just to speed things up. Just for now. Silicon by 10 I think sounds good. Cobalt maybe by 10. Yeah, I'll say 20. I have a deep miner on silver, but I have no power or centrifuge set up for it yet. Yeah, my next outpost, actually I've got it written down somewhere around here, is silver, nickel, lead? No, hang on. That's the wrong note. That is the wrong note. Where is my note? What? There it is. Yeah, silver, nickel, lead. And I got the cobalt and silicon. And of course the iron, copper, silicon, coal, and gold. So yeah, the third outpost that I'm going to launch will give me all of the ores, of course, except uranium. And that one, yeah, we'll definitely process everything beforehand. have to take a look. Okay. Oh. Stellite. Crap, I need to make 2 of these. Yeah, so I definitely want to have at least 20 cobalt and 20 silver, because I have to make 2 stacks of this. And if I remember right, it's 10, 20, 10 that I have thrown in there. So, okay. Thinking of relocating the silver deep miner as there is silver nickel lead. Yeah. And I think the concentrations are pretty reasonable too. So you do not have any stellite, so I would need it over here. And you do not have stellite or astroloy. You have hastelloy though. You have lots of other stuff. Let's go ahead and print off another 20 backpacks, I think. Huh. I almost need another crate on the... Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll make it 30, I don't know. Backpack. Hard mining backpack. 30. We're going 30. Backpacks. And backpacks. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. So if I do it right, I can get all the ores along the same axis, then I can just have a monorail between them. Yeah, that would, that'd be good. Nice and efficient. Oh, and yeah, you were saying something about the monorail mod earlier, and I squirreled. I was watching Balin run with his train, and the performance hit that he took when he added some of the stations, I don't know if my computer would actually be able to handle it, because as you can see, I'm choking on it. I got 20, 23, 24 frames per second. Yeah, it's choking. Okay, alright. How are we doing here? We have liquid, passive, liquid, inlet. Passive liquid floor inlet that quickly removes liquids in one direction from the world to the connected pipe network and equalizes gases with the world atmosphere. Hang on. A passive liquid floor inlet that quickly removes liquids in one direction from the world into the connected pipe network. That makes sense. And equalizes gas with the world atmosphere. Now, I don't know about that. That doesn't sound... So if I were to connect to my liquid pipe network that has 1 megapascal of mostly nitrogen, would it shit all that out into the atmosphere? Because I don't want that. Now, I mean, if I have to put a one-way valve in, I guess I can do that or something, but I don't know. Yeah, I might try it. And that's from a liquid drain. Hey, guess what? We have a liquid drain, and we have insulated brown pipe. So we're going to see if I get blasted in the face with 1 megapascal of nitrogen. And I think I'll keep it in the same frame here.
Toxin detected. Toxin critical.
Yep.
Oxygen low.
Yep. That's exactly what it does. Whoops. That's a little toasty. Luckily there was little bit of methane in there.
Power low.
Okay. That was exciting. So it let gases in. Well, that's good. Well, I just dumped all that out of there. So, all right, cool. So it definitely needs a check valve. Never mind, that's a piece of shit. So where's my active liquid inlet? Yeah, I need to use the toilet. Yeah, see, now... Alright, so... Passive liquid inlet. I'm going to throw it there. Yeah, okay, so the one-way valve is needed now. Yeah, well, yeah, it keeps throwing me for
Caution.
a frickin' loop. Because the every time I pop the kit out, it's got a power port on the floor. Okay, so... Alright. Pretty sure I don't have a problem with the pollutants, so now we need a liquid one-way valve.
Oxygen low.
Okay, liquid one-way valve. Now we don't have to worry about anything crazy here. But will this... Now here's the question, because this is lower pressure, this is higher pressure. I don't think that's going to drain. In real life, it wouldn't. You'd have to pressurize it. It doesn't look like it's doing much. Well, I mean, it's got all the stuff in here. Okay, so yeah, that was my concern. Yeah. Okay. Alright, there's that. We have our full backpacks. So if I'm going to do that, then I need to have a pipe analyzer and a volume pump. And this is suddenly becoming a massive pain in the butt. At least At least I can do it this way. Of course, you can't have that there already. So boom. Boom. Let's turn you off. Right on the ground. Not you. Whatever. Boom.
Hydration critical.
There's that. Okay. I gotta write some. I can either use logic chips or write an IC chip to handle this. Which, crikey. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna back it up. Woo, don't do that. Passive liquid inlet. It needs to be here. It needs to be here. We're gonna have a liquid pipe analyzer right here. Into the volume pump. Okay. There's that. Throw that there. Throw that there because we're done with it. And then the volume pump right over here. Okay. Done with that. Now, we do this. That actually worked. 5 would actually work here. Okay, there's that. So we're plumbed up. Now we need an IC housing to control it. Okay, liquid drain, that, pipe analyzer. Sensors can go over here. Solar panel, sure. They go up here with the power stuff. You. That's fine. Okay. Alright, now we need an IC chip. Oh, hey, guess what? We got one of those. Right here. IC housing. I don't have a... do an area power controller with just some simple battery. Alright, let's go eat, drink, and be merry, I guess, before we start panting. I need to do the potatoes. Okay, let's do the potatoes before I forget. Shit. Was not expecting that. Well, I got an extra potato seed. So I'm trying to refuel the rocket. I got the 10 kilomoles of methane. I have the oxygen, but I have liquid oxygen, not gases. The oxygen is at -200. The methane is at 10. I'm thinking if I blend the oxygen slow enough, the temp will still be above 78. But I would -78. But I still have to move the oxygen slowly and at low pressure as not to break the pipes. Yeah, that sounds like a dance. I don't know if it's a song and a dance, but it's definitely got a dance. There's the oil. Okay. And there we got a little less oil out of the deal. There we go. Throw that in there. Okay, so we ate, we drank, we be merry. Or partially merry. Okay, IC-10, housing, battery. I came out here for battery primarily. Do I have a large cell? I'm just gonna use big wireless, even though they don't actually work properly in the APCs. So that's one thing I was trying to do, is put a wireless battery in the APC, but it won't charge wirelessly in the APC. It's annoying. We'll do this. Let's do this. Okay. Alright, grab this, grab the snips. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah, I found that out the hard way because I thought I was going to do something slick with them, but yeah, no. Can't do that. Alright, there's that. And then the IC housing. Compact. Need to set up a wireless and put most of my tools with wireless. Yeah, absolutely. And I actually, my rover, I put two wireless batteries in, then a fallback to a nuclear. And then just wherever an outpost or whatever, I put a wireless charger on it. And it's served me pretty well. Alright, so what do we got? We have a liquid volume pump. We have a pipe analyzer. That's literally it. That is literally all we have going on here. So we'll go ahead and put a chip in here and import a blank. So we will define hash for the sensor. This is the pipe analyzer. Liquid pipe analyzer. And we will define the H pump as the liquid volume pump. Okay. And then inet. Sure, I will alias on enable pump. Set batch H pump setting 10. H pump on. Makes sense to me. Main yield. Alright, so we will load R15, load batch R15 from our H sensor. Now, liquid pipe analyzer. Let's see, volume of liquid. That is total volume of all liquids in the atmosphere. Okay, volume of liquid. Average? I don't know. Set greater than 0. into enable pump, R15. Set batch H, pump on, enable pump. Okay, should be wham bam, thank you ma'am. There's a thought there that I should also do. Set batch H sensor on 1. Export. Okay, there's no liquids. Alright, there is no... Well, there's some over here. And I don't want to have these spread all over. Okay. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. There's no war in Basinza. Well, that was a colossal waste of time. Jeez. I was kind of hoping that... Yeah, I was hoping that would work out. That didn't work out. That was a waste. So how are we doing over here? 5. We're bouncing around. Hang on. We're not condensing up here. Oh, you froze. That's cool. But we're struggling to fill up. But we got lots over here. Ooh, I got a little bit of room. I can move that over 1. I could actually see about putting in... I only have... Wait. I move it over 1, then I got 2 spots here, and I'd have 2 spots here. I can make that work. Okay. I might try that for funsies. Try to get a little bit more cooling out of that. Okay, alright. What time is it? It is after the stop time, so yeah. So we've got the outpost online. Now we need to mine up some ores so that we can make the stellite glass we need. And then the harm suit and helmet. And then that will be used for making our large radiators. We'll see about grabbing some salt or something so I can just dump phenomenal amounts of heat in. Because my... Yeah. I love how the graph ends at like 427. But we boil at 1 atmosphere at 1591. So I have to keep that in mind. And what do we have here? Okay, so it only takes 5 atmospheres basically to keep it in liquid. Which I plan to keep this a lot higher. But I want to put it, make it get to basically 2,000 degrees Celsius and maintain that. Go up a little point, but I don't want it to get into the point where it will decompose into pollutant. Although, max looks at minimum. Does it technically turn into a gas at that point? Or does it turn into pollutant? because I don't think it has a gaseous state listed, so I think it would decompose into pollutant. Yeah, well, that's the goal. The large radiators and salt, which I can just liquefy in the atmosphere, so that's not a big deal. Not a big deal. But to do that, I want to get the salt from outer space, not necessarily from a trader. But I guess that's a fallback if I need to. So yeah, we'll top off our eat, drink, and be merry here. We'll actually take a shower and leave a file for the. Yeah, we doing? I think that's warmer. 154.9. I don't. I'll have to check that sometime. See how much I'm losing. Night vision goggles. There's that. Open you up. Open you up. Helmet. Hard suit. Do that. Jetpack. Okay, works. And our potatoes aren't ready to grow. Those not ready to go. Oh, alright. So, finally, after 3 or 4 episodes, got that outpost online. I have a plan for... Yeah, the next outpost will be silver, nickel, lead. And that will get me all of the ores represented. Then I just need to expand out the mining operation to keep up with what I need. Which means I'll have to work on the processing too. And decide if I want to do that at the outpost or bring them in. It would make sense density-wise, resource density-wise, to do it out at the outposts. But anyway, that's a good place to call it for the night. And, well, let's see. Yeah, it'll be next week before I do Stationeers again. Saturday, I think I'm going to do a, if the wife doesn't have any plans, that is, going to start doing some of my tutorials for IC10 programming stuff, because I'm sure there's resources, but I feel like I'd like to take a stab at it. So Saturday I'm going to try and start a introduction to stack. Introduction to the stack. So that's my plan for Saturday. Otherwise, Thursday, Friday, tomorrow and Friday that is, it's going to be World of Warcraft. So anyway, with that, I would like to thank everybody for watching, and we'll catch you next time.